Hello and welcome to my ultrakill headcanon, told as if it were completely 100% factual. Yeah, that's the bit for today. Give me a sec, I need to write down some notes. Alright. P-3... spoilers. Spoilers for my list. I also got myself a big bowl of ramen. Ah, fuck. It needs to cool down a bit more. Okay, let's start. I have my piece of paper. And, lore slash headcanon. Some of this is lore, some of this is headcanon. And I will not tell you the difference, because I'm going to say this as if it is the 100% lore in 3, 2, 1. So in ultrakill, the World War I went on for hundreds of years, 200 years to be exact, and during that, the guttermen were created. The guttermen were these giant robots fueled off blood by a coffin in the back with different people who were basically brain dead during that, but being basically a heart. The gutter tanks were made with, I think, with the same system, and because they used the same system, they also needed to use blood. These two used the Smile OS 1, while the rest of the machines, excluding 2, use Smile OS 2. The Earth Mover was, after a ton of more things, like the jackhammer robot, named the gutter tonk, the gutter bonk would go up to gutter tanks and would be able to bonk them by killing them really quickly, because they could throw these jackhammers and it would hit them, bonk, and they would immediately die. Then V1 was created. V1 uses a completely new system called the Nocturnals system. The Nocturnals system was in beta at this point, and V1 was created to take down the Earth Movers. Until the war ended, V1 was completely scrapped. So was the Nocturnal system. Until V2 came around. V2 also used the Nocturnal system, except a very, very early beta version of it. Actually, the very first Nocturnal system. The reason that he uses an earlier version of the Nocturnal system is because later, after a Geneva Convention-like thing, the Nocturnals system was banned other than its very first version, which was basically an upgraded version of Smile OS 2. Basically, a way of calling it Smile OS 2.5. Meanwhile, while the war was actually happening, God looked down on Earth and really didn't like what was happening. So he went to different planets, trying to make a system, tried to make all of them follow his law. He forced all of them to follow his law, but none of them lived up to it. now the actual reason that he did it, he got very unlucky. He kind of just didn't understand what, like, made Earth be able, like, livable. So he just dropped things on, like, Jupiter, and when they didn't fall, and then when they, like, fell into the center and got crushed, he got really sad because they didn't follow his law on not dying. So he got really sad and really mad and made hell. But after having no use for it for a while, he sends everybody who didn't follow his law down to hell. Lucifer went up to him and said, "Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense." And he went, "Shut up." Sent him straight down to treachery. The next part, he got really sad and ended up killing himself and was sent down to violence for the sin of suicide, harming oneself, and is the blood trees that you see that they ask you to feed. After a bit of time, V1 broke out and, really wanting to live, killed everything in its path and was just on a rampage for a bit until it got captured again. Then they found the gates to hell. Don't know how, but they found them. Then V1 broke out again, killing more and more people, forcing people to go down and live in the early, like, layers of hell, until they realized that hell is alive. So they went out of hiding, and V1 found a trail of them going down into hell. So he went into hell. Ramen break. Let's hope it's not too hot this time. It's steaming still. Hold up. I should have added a bit more water, but this can do for now. Alright, back to the lore. V1 went to the entrance of hell and found these guys called filth. Every single filth is people who decided that I forgot. Anyways, he fought off all the filth and found strays and whatever. He went to Limbo, finished off of Limbo, and found V2. He looked at V2 and went, "You're worse than me because I have a better system. Get better." And V2 thought that was very mean and decided to fight him because of it. Anyways, after doing that, he beat V2. Who would have guessed? Then he went to Gluttony after beating the corpse of King Minos. Yeah. So Gabriel, it's pronounced Gabriel, by the way. Don't ask me why. Gabriel has never lost a single battle. He is the best person ever And because he was the best person ever, he lost to the machine. I don't know how. I do not know how. So the council got really mad at him because they looked at it. They looked at what he just, like, lost to and went, that thing was made by humans, and you are better than humans, and humans are better than that, which means that you are a piece of shit. So, like, we give you 24 hours to kill that thing, or you're gonna die and be publicly executed. So, then 4-2, that happened. 4-4, I meant. He killed V2. V2's dead permanently. Then 6-2, he killed Minos he killed Gabriel again. Gabriel. Yeah. Then he went into violence. The only real thing that we really need to talk about in this is 7-3 and 7-4. Okay, 7-3. During 7-3, actually, ramen break. Yeah, I really wish I put more water into this. I'll keep that in my mind for next time. Alright, in 7-3, V1 found the blood trees. After feeding the blood trees, and going through it, he heard a laugh. He doesn't know where the laugh came from, but he heard it. 7-4, he found the Earth Mover, or Benjamin. His least favorite Earth Mover because Benjamin was Japanese, and V1 is American. And Americans hate Japanese. So, he was also programmed to hate the Japanese. So yeah. Killed it. In fraud, he found, like, absolutely nothing of value in fraud. Treachery. In treachery, he found in 9-1 the yellow arm that lets him teleport above enemies and teleport like a bit above enemies, and it basically just teleports him onto whatever enemy he wants. 9-2, he fights Gabriel, where he gets, like, he's, like, actually not that mad. He says that he has 12 hours left still, so he doesn't fight with his all, because last time he has learned that he doesn't need to fight with his all. At least he thought so, but he lost, and promises that the next time that he finds him, he will give his all. While waiting for the next layer to open up, he found these, like, prime sanctum levels, P-1, P-2, and P-3. P-1 has, Minos Prime in it. With, at the very beginning, he found a skull that he had to place down on a pedestal. And then he found the flesh prism, killed the flesh prism, found Minos Prime, killed Minos Prime, and then went to the next one. This next one, he had to go through a ton of different things until he found the Flesh Panopticon. He went to kill the Flesh Panopticon, but after, like, getting it down half health, Sisyphus Prime breaks out of it. After breaking out of it, he kills him. After killing him, he went to P-3. Nothing really interesting happens before the boss fight in P-3, but he goes into the P-3 boss arena, fights the Flesh Penitentiary, and fights Tantalus Prime. After killing Tantalus Prime, he finds that the 10th finale layer has opened up. Ramen break. Yes, we're going to be having ramen breaks every once in a while. I'm hungry, and this ramen is really good. That was an insane amount hopped down. Oh, it's just from the flavoring packet. I was so confused on what that was. Alright, let's get to the next part. The next 10th and what seemed to be final layer, was just a boss rush. He would fight every single enemy and boss along with it within a layer. That was within one layer. There were 9 rooms. There were 10 rooms. Within room 1, there was there was 10 filth, 5 strays, 3 schisms, 2 Maurices, and 1 Alfred. I think that's his name, right? It's something like Alfred. In the next one, there were like 20 street cleaners and a V3, which is just V2, but worse. It's just V2 but colored differently. And also with only the Knuckle Blaster in this fight. Then there's another fake Gabriel from this thing known as a Mimic. The Mimics are enemies that don't have a physical form, so they use hell magic to give themselves their own physical form, but they're not creative in any way, shape, or form, so they just copy. Every Gabriel is just a Mimic. And then there's fuck it, I'm not describing this one. This one's just this level is just not that fun. It's really not fun to explain. Then the Encore levels open up. Except not really. What V1 did is he left to go up to the surface for a bit to see if he can find anybody else to kill. After figuring out that Canada exists, he killed everybody in Canada, and then wondered if anything else existed. He figured out that Mexico and South America exist, so now half the world is dead because of V1. That took like 3 years, and now hell is extremely weird. Every level has been merged into one. Everybody's in places that they shouldn't be because hell got big sad. When V1 left because he was like a favorite toy to him. Then when he came back for more blood, he got really happy, started bouncing up and down, and started throwing everything he got at him. V1 got a lot better since he lasted, so all these levels are extremely difficult. And colored really weirdly. Ramen break, I think you can tell. I can't tell how, like, commonly I'm doing these ramen breaks. Hopefully not, like, too commonly. I know I've done at least 4. I might have done 5, but I know I've done at least 4. Alright. After doing all of that, he goes to 3-E, where he finds this weird little hand that came out of the ground. Yeah, it's kind of weird because he was not expecting it. He's expecting some sort of mimic Gabriel, or maybe Gabriel himself, if he's still alive. He said that he wouldn't be, but who knows? The council's dead because he got really mad at 9-2 that he just killed the council. Or he killed most of the council in 6-2, but then found out that some of the council was still alive to kill him publicly, so. Then he got to 6-E, where he found God, or at least one of the trees that looked like God. He was a total joke. It took one shot to kill him. Then 9-E, he found Gabriel. Again. Somehow. Even though it's been a few years. He asked him if he was just lying. Gabriel said, yes, fuck you, and absolutely demolished V1, sent him back to the top, and back on a regular Earth, and in the East Continent, and that's the setup for Ultrakill 2. I hope you liked this recap in 3, 2, 1. And when I say 1, we'll go back to regular. 3, 2, 1. Alright, how'd you like it? Those are all my headcanons included with the regular lore, and also I messed up the regular lore a ton. But we're gonna act like that's my headcanon for the whole game. So how'd you like it? I would say leave your response in the comments, but my comments are all disabled. Because I'm under the age of 16. I'm 13. So. Good ramen. Like really good ramen. Like, really good ramen.